Good evening, everybody. I'm Paul Tom, and tonight I'm going to explain my inquiry lab for Module 3 of ACTE 651, Science Reform. So basically, we were to create a water filtration system based on the water cycle of infiltration portion. So I drew all of my research mainly from the United States Geology Survey. So this is a government-backed organization, and I was doing a little research on their website, found this specific model, which is an artificial water reclamation system that the survey is actually incorporating into various different watersheds for aquifer rejuvenation. So I kind of analyzed the makeup of all of these different portions of the artificial reclaim infiltration unit. So I noticed that at the bottom there was bedrock, followed by sand and gravel, followed by more sand, followed by the topsoil. So in which case I tried to model my own off of this, starting at first with bedrock and then working. It almost seemed like finer portions up to more coarse portions of materials. So looking at all of the materials list, I started off with a plastic bottle. I went ahead and I chopped up that plastic bottle to form a nice little funnel. The cap comes into play next. So I took the cap and I actually used a little tiny safety pin and poked holes inside of the cap, making it somewhat like a strainer. Afterwards, I flipped over the top portion of the water bottle to make the funnel. Rather than use a coffee filter, I felt that the fibers of a brown paper bag would be more fine. So this would simulate my bedrock. So I went ahead and I actually poked a little bit more holes into that paper bag just because bedrock is sometimes permeable. So I went ahead and put that in there. Uh, Followed by that, I went ahead and I put the sand and charcoal, trying to get the sand and gravel portion of my layer. Afterwards, I put the sand on top of the alum and charcoal went in, and the sand went over top of that. Followed by that, I put some more gravel in there. You can see I still have some of the bags full in the background. I only used half of my materials. That way I would have still some more left over just in case of error. And I chose the cheesecloth over top of the wire mesh just so that I could actually bend it into more of a funnel shape. I picked up a cup from my local Taco Bell in order to fill it with dirt. And I added water from my sink in order to make this lovely cloudy water. So after pouring in my polluted water into my little filtration, I already noticed that some dirt gathered along the top, and I waited. So it was around 5 of 6 tonight that I started this experiment. I noticed that it started to clear up at the bottom a little bit. You can see a little bit of residue starting to form at the bottom of the droplets, but slowly it began to get clear. So this was it at 5 of, and I waited around 3 hours, and you can see some water buildup has happened, as well as portions above the cap have cleared up. And that's my experiment. Thank you.